see you guys. I'm going to give you the book that he's given. The inside here, he's giving you his business card, the class that he's going to do right now, and a copy of his book that he wrote. And it's all free for y'all. I think as we go through this next hour, I've had a chance to yak with him on the phone. What happened in his life is powerful, and it fits the personality of this dorm completely. And so, Nyghtstorm, I'd like you to meet the men of the Fatherhood Program.
Long story short, to get to the nitty-gritty of this, I lost everything. When I mean everything, I lost everything. I lost my house, I lost my cars, I lost my job, I even lost the respect of my children. They were all young, but the only thing they saw was Daddy acting a fool. They couldn't understand that Mama was doing stuff, or Mama's family was doing stuff. They too young to understand all that. And when they got Mama and her family all in their head, your daddy ain't this, your daddy ain't this, and your daddy ain't never gonna do this. He ain't never gonna have this to do anything. He scum. You don't even need to get around. They feed all that negative stuff into those babies. Has anybody gone through that? If you don't, raise your hand, man. I know I ain't by myself. Okay. So anyway, I'm hearing all this stuff, and my children like, Daddy, we scared of you, and everybody say you bad. At that point, I knew I needed to change some stuff about me. I was acting just like my dad. I was acting just like my mom. I was acting like everybody would have never did anything wrong to me. And to kind of catch y'all up, I was mad at the world at this time. Because when I was 11 years old, in 1985, something very bad happened to me that really changed my perspective on why I hated the world. I was raped by a camp counselor. He was a minister. He was very, very popular in the community. He taught me how to build fires. He taught me how to row in the canoe. He taught me how to survive in the wilderness. And on the last day of camp, he decided to take a small, little, skinny, 11-year-old boy and said, this is what God wanted. You know, because God had the priest do it to me, so naturally God wants me to do it to you. Fight this stuff. This is what Jesus wants. And you need to listen to what Jesus said. This is it. And I couldn't fight him. But after that experience, I was hating everybody. Then I was growing up in a household of hate where my mom hated dad, dad hated mom, his family hated her, her family hated him. When nobody thinking about this child that was lost in the middle. So as I was surrounded with hate and hate was coming into me, what was I lashing out? Hate. Can anybody understand what I'm saying? Anybody feel what I'm saying? When you're growing up in this kind of stuff, and nothing but negative is happening, this is the outcome. But what you gotta do, you find yourself in a situation like this, like I was years ago. I was sitting in jail just like this. And at least y'all got people to come and talk to y'all. I was in isolation. And I had to sit there and wonder how the hell I'm gonna change what's going on with me. So what I did, let's get through all this negative stuff. What I did, I changed everything up, and I knew in order for me to change my children's perception of me, I would have to change me. I would have to first off change how I responded to situations. I could not let my anger or my hatred dictate my actions, no matter what. No matter what she was doing or what some dude on the other side of the street saying. It don't matter. I need to learn how to change me. And when I started changing me, that's when I started seeing a sweeping change in my life. More positive things started to happen for me. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Wasn't easy. It took a long time. This ain't no over the night thing. But it happened. Now I'm sitting, I ain't worried about nothing. all the issues I have from my ex and her family, guess what? The tables have turned. And I tell her and anybody else, be careful how you treat folks, because one day, while you stomping on them, they're going to rise and things are going to go flip. So that's where we at right now. So if everybody can open up their folders, I'm finna show y'all how this stuff, 80% of rapists come from fatherless homes. This is, society might say y'all aren't important. Your baby mama and her family might say y'all ain't nothing, y'all ain't important. But numbers don't lie. All right, and can you read the last one, sir? Center of Disease Control.
Center of Disease Control, 85% of all children who show behavior disorder come from fatherless.
85%. So we got 63% of children committing suicide, 70% of youth incarcerated, 71% of all high school dropouts, 80% of rapists, and 85% of children show behavior disorders come from what kind of home? Fatherless home. I really see how important. Here's these numbers right here. Because we have a huge proportion of fatherless homes, unfortunately, in the black community. From 1980 to 1996, the rate of suicide among African American males aged 15 to 19 years increased by 105%. Real numbers. How important are you, Dad? Real numbers. Let's turn the page. Let's get to this stuff. This is the meat and potatoes of what we want to talk about right here. 10 steps to heal a broken family. Now, when I say heal a broken family, I don't mean you have to get back with her. I don't mean you have to kiss her right in and say, well, I want to get back, because all people just aren't meant to be together. It might not be good. Me, I would advocate that families stay together. But it takes two people to cooperate to raise a child. I would advocate all of y'all, maybe if you can have some kind of positive relationship with her, it'd be better for your children. Not saying you gotta go marry her or get back with her, but some kind of positive relationship. And so let's do these 10 steps. Who wants to start off with number one? Volunteer basis. Who want to read number one? Go ahead.
Remove yourself from
Speak up a little louder.
Remove yourself from all judgmental and negative people. This will be difficult at first, but it's vital to your recovery. Surround yourself with people who honestly care about you.
Okay, how many people can relate to that? You know you have to remove yourself from negative folks. These could be folks you grew up with. These could be folks you've been down with since pre-K, since first grade. You love these folks, but they ain't necessarily doing the things they need to do positively. When you become a dad, your life no longer belongs to you. It belongs to your child. And you have to do what you have to do for the benefit of the child, not for the benefit of you. It is what it is.
Have a family meeting and make a deal with your ex in front of your kids. Promise her that you will change for the betterment of them and yourself. Take this opportunity to tell your ex what you need from her. Doing this in front of your children makes her accountable. If she strays, your kids will see it and back you up. Daddy is not a bad guy.
Now this right here, how many people agree with this? How many people can understand why this needs to go down? If your children especially are old enough to really understand, only thing they're gonna remember is daddy came over, sat down with mom and said, how can we make this work? That's all they're gonna remember. That's it. And if anybody ever asks me, well, daddy there, he wanted to work it out and help mommy and help me. That's all they need to be in those children's minds. That's it. And this works because I actually had to go through this situation. Everything that I'm saying is what I did to make this flip. Wait a minute, say it one more time. Say it a little bit louder.
Constantly tell your children that you love. Tell your ex that you appreciate.
Stop right there. Stop right there. This is big stuff right here. Because she done ticked you off. You're both mad at each other. The last thing you want to do is say, I really appreciate the stuff you done did for the baby. That's the last thing you want to do. While she coming at you like, you make me sick, I hate you, blah, blah, blah. I really appreciate what you've been doing. I know it's hard. I know I ain't been there as much as I should be, but thank you. Shut it down. Keep going, keep going.
Some women can be very hard to get along with too much traffic.
Women say that one more time. I know everybody living in this. Go ahead.
Some women can be very hard to get along with too much traffic.
Keep going.
The important thing is getting back in your kids' lives, even if your ex is not willing to participate. Be prepared to take her to court if all else fails. Package your children or witness to your change will go a long way in the eyes of the judicial system.
This is absolutely true. Because when you're standing in front of a judge, and I have stood in front of the judges dealing with exes. When you are standing in front, they're going to like, well, is he involved in the children's life? Yeah. Is he always there? Yeah. Is he taking care of his financial obligations? Yeah. Then what's the problem? You just completely took all the weapons against you out of her arsenal. There's nothing she can say. Well, he was in jail 3 years ago. Okay, what is he doing now? That was 3 years ago. Is he paying? Yeah. Is he there? Yeah. That's all that matters. Am I right? That's all that matters. Some of y'all gonna need some representation when you get out. Okay? The best thing to do that is get an attorney. Attorneys aren't cheap. But I have developed a nice relationship with some attorneys in Atlanta, and they also do nationwide stuff. And they have their websites right here. They're more than happy to provide these for you guys. These are lawyers for fathers. All they specialize in is helping fathers fight for their rights to be a dad. That's all they do. They don't do real estate litigation. They don't do other, they say there are good men out here that want to be fathers that are being denied because somebody got an attitude with them. You have rights as dads. When you fulfill all your obligations, that's what you have rights. These folks are stressing over probably won't even show up to your funeral. They don't care. Oh, he did? So, and you gone. And your kids growing up without you. So why stress over it? Give it to God and keep going.
Amen.
That's it. That's what he dealt with. Why you toting that cross? Don't give you nothing that you can't bear. Give it to him and keep going. Right? I believe it. I don't listen to preachers preach. I hear it. I say, okay, how am I going to apply this to my life? Put it on. This is heavy. I need you. Give me strength. Keep going. Life hard. He didn't promise you an easy life. He just gave you life. You make it. Right or wrong? It is what it is.
We opened a fatherhood program in the Muscogee County Jail so we could teach men how to reconnect with their children, because we found out that men that do reconnect with their families don't come back to jail in the same numbers as those who don't. And in YG Nyghtstorm, somebody in this jail, one of our sergeants, read his book, brought that book to me, and we got in touch with him over the phone, and he agreed to get in a car, drive from Atlanta, Georgia in here, and went in that fatherhood dorm today. While he's in that dorm, he got those men excited about the hope that they have to be the fathers that live real productive lives and see their children never come back to jail. He touched those lives today, and I know some people changed. And YG Nyghtstorm, you're the man.